Hello, my name is Sonali and I welcome you all to this week's Sunday special episode of Around the World in 7 Days. These days, the condition of Pakistan is very bad. Its economy has gone into decline. And in matters of geopolitics, it has become almost irrelevant and anonymous. But it was not always so. There was a time when it was very important from geopolitical point of view in South Asia. Because of this, a country like America was kind to it. But now Pakistan itself is wandering from door to door. Today, no one is ready to give it special attention. In such a situation, the question is whether Pakistan has become irrelevant at the geopolitical level. If yes, then how? After all, how did Pakistan lag behind in the game of geopolitics? Why did America abandon it? In today's episode, we will keep our discussion around these questions. But before finding answers to these questions, let us take a look at the Cold War era in the context of Pakistan. Actually, Pakistan's foreign policy has been largely driven by geopolitical and ideological concerns. It is a country located at the crossroads of the Middle East and South Asia. Earlier, its borders were with the Soviet Union, China, and India. Its geography was unique due to its existence between all three powers. In this way, its strategic position is very important. It is located near oil-rich areas and on some of the world's most important trade routes. From here, landlocked countries of the Middle East can be reached. This is the reason why America included Pakistan in its camp during the Cold War. After this, America lavished its largesse on Pakistan. However, the two countries grew closer when Pakistan's then military chief Zia-ul-Haq offered to help the US defeat the Soviet Union in Afghanistan. After this, America became dependent on Pakistan in the matter of Afghanistan. This dependence increased to such an extent that after the twin terrorist attacks of 9/11, America even tolerated the dictatorship of General Pervez Musharraf in Pakistan. In fact, the Soviet Union was trying to bring many countries of the world in its camp, while America wanted to control it. In this context, the Soviet Union attacked Afghanistan in December 1979 and took complete military and political control over a large part of it. This was a historic event of the Cold War, as it was the only time the Soviet Union invaded a country outside the Eastern Bloc. In such a situation, America wanted to oust it from Afghanistan, but it was not able to do it alone. At that time, America saw Pakistan as the most suitable country for this because it shared its borders with the Soviet Union and Afghanistan. Also, Pakistan as an Islamic nation had close ties to the Taliban of Afghanistan. Pakistan helped America a lot in ousting the Soviet Union from Afghanistan and in return got lot of favors. But now times have changed. The era of Cold War has ended in the 90s. World politics has also changed. Now America's interest in Afghanistan is negligible. Today's Russia is also not expanding its ideology in that way. In such a situation, Pakistan is not very important for America. Now America's focus has shifted to the Indo-Pacific region where Pakistan does not have a major role to play, but India is present here as a big player. Therefore, America needs India the most. In such a situation, America cannot give preference to Pakistan over India. Apart from all this, Pakistan's domestic politics has also pushed it into a ditch at the global level. In fact, Pakistan's opaque and unstable political status makes it difficult for foreign countries to decide with whom to associate within Pakistan. They are unable to decide whether they have to establish relations with the Pakistani army or with the civilian government there. Although the civilian government remains the face of Pakistan, its policies are actually controlled by the military. In such a situation, there is no use of external countries associating with the civilian government of Pakistan. Apart from this, the task of reducing its role at the global level has been completed by its current economy. Experts believe that Pakistan has become such a country that it can hardly implement the necessary long-term economic policies. Also now, its image has become of such a country that keeps asking for loans everywhere. In such a situation, other countries do not see it as a partner country from economic point of view. This is the reason that even Muslim countries have almost abandoned it. Many experts believe that India has also played an important role in reducing Pakistan's stature at the global level. In fact, there is no doubt that India has emerged in a big way on the global stage over the last decade. India's economy is many times the size of Pakistan, whereas at present Pakistan is facing economic crisis. Its current account deficit in financial year 2022 is $17.4 billion, while in financial year 2021 it was $2.82 billion. The currency rate is 248.05 Pakistani rupees for $1. In such a situation, the Islamic countries of the Middle East have also started maintaining distance from it. Now they are increasing their closeness with India because they see more benefits in it. In this matter, big countries like Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, Egypt are at the forefront. These are the names which once walked shoulder to shoulder with Pakistan. In this way, Pakistan has almost disappeared on the global stage. It is not easy for it to change this situation because due to political crisis, economic crisis and other reasons, it has turned into an unstable country with a bleak future. Now it is the turn of this program's Sunday special segment in which we will delve into other significant international news. China has set up temporary border control zones to fight corruption in Chinese areas bordering Myanmar. It is built in Tangjeong province, one of the main gateways to Myanmar. Actually, telecom fraud was being committed on a large scale by Chinese citizens in these areas. To deal with this, the Chinese government is restricting the movement of people in the border areas of Yunnan province. The region includes the three towns of Tangjeong, which shares a 148-kilometer long border with Myanmar's Kachin state. The past few years have seen an increase in various types of criminal activities in the rugged border region between China and mainland Southeast Asia, particularly Myanmar and Laos. The United Nations Security Council has approved a multinational force to assist Haiti. Actually, the Caribbean nation Haiti has been struggling with gang violence for some time. Due to this, Haiti's Prime Minister Ariel Henry has been continuously requesting international assistance since last year. According to the United Nations, 5.2 million people of Haiti, or almost half the population, are in need of humanitarian assistance. The gang war there has so far displaced nearly 2 lakh residents. The situation is that this year more than 3,000 people have been murdered there. At the same time, more than 1,500 people have been kidnapped for ransom. Prisoner swap agreement has been signed between America and Iran. Qatar has played the role of mediator in making this agreement between the two countries. Under the agreement, Iran has released 5 Americans in exchange for 5 Iranians captured in the US. Also, America released $6 billion to Iranian funds. This fund was stopped by America due to tension between the two countries. In fact, there was tension between the two countries after America unilaterally withdrew from the nuclear deal in 2018. It is believed that this recent agreement may soften US-Iran relations to some extent. However, there are still differences of opinion between the two countries on many issues. So that's all in today's episode. See you in the next episode. But before that, let's note down a question based on today's story. Pakistan has become irrelevant at the geopolitical level. Comment.